Hello and welcome to Mystic Min Tarot. I hope you're all having a lovely day today. I am doing a reading from Spirit for the Divine Feminine today. We will get various messages that Spirit would like you to know. We'll finish the reading off with several songs. I'm also using my new deck that I made in this. If you're interested in purchasing it, there is a link below to Etsy in the description box. It is a digital download, just so you know. I'm also on Instagram now. I will be posting 1 or 2 cards per day on there with a message from the masculine for you, Divine Feminine. Now let's get started with this reading. What would Spirit like you to know today, Divine Feminine? You asked me for a sign regarding him as something didn't sit right with you. You had a gut feeling that something wasn't right. I showed you everything. I held off with your blessings whilst he was still in your life, as I didn't want him benefiting from what I had in store for you. Your ex was the catalyst to your spiritual awakening. You and I have been like a team, working together daily, Divine Feminine. Your ex is insane with jealousy. He is upset that you are destined for greater things. He cannot stop your progress at all. You are in my hands now, in your life purpose with me constantly protecting you. You have a protection bubble around you. You know exactly who you are now, a Divine Feminine, a High Priestess, a Healer, an Angel, and an Empress. What else would Spirit like to say to you today, Divine Feminine? Your ex was too caught up in the party scene. With him, it was all about drugs, alcohol, and sex. He was always on something that led a toxic lifestyle full of risks and recklessness. He is shocked and in disbelief as he never figured that you would completely close the cycle out with him. Divine Feminine, your name is being thrown around now and you are not even aware of it. Your ex and the karmic constantly fight and bicker over you, even though you put that chapter behind you. I see everything, trust me, and your ex is now obsessing over you whilst the karmic is obsessing over him. As hard as it was to heal, you did it, Divine Feminine. You suffered with this ex. At one point, he had you depressed, crying, and suffering from anxiety. I witnessed all of it. I saw every tear that you shed, Divine Feminine. I love you too much to ever allow you to be hurt again like you were by this toxic ex. What else would Spirit like to say today? He used to accuse you of the things that he was actually doing. Your hard work is all paying off. Abundance is coming in for you because you did all of the spiritual work. I am extremely proud of you, Divine Feminine. Me, your angels, and your ancestors all worked together and helped you crawl out of that big black hole that he left you in. He thought that he could keep lying, cheating, and betraying you because of the unconditional love you had for him. He thought that meant that he had a free pass to do whatever he wanted. You need to write down exactly what qualities you are looking for in your ideal partner. This will help you manifest specifically the characteristics you want in your new emperor. Those that badmouthed you, slandered you, underestimated you, gossiped about you, exploited you, lied about you, cheated and stole from you, will have to watch you being blessed over and over now by me, Divine Feminine. What else would Spirit like you to know today, Divine Feminine? Don't look for someone who will solve all of your problems. Look for someone who won't let you face them alone. You don't relate to the woman you used to be. You are thankful for every wrong turn you took and every mistake you made, because that's how you got where you are now. He is a show-off and a daredevil, DF. He will do absolutely anything for attention. That shows you his level of immaturity. Spirit is inspiring and motivating you to recognize your worth and become aware of your talents, Divine Feminine. He tends to be on the negative side. However, the glass is always half full for you. What else would Spirit like to say to you today? Someone you trusted betrayed you. This was extremely painful and challenging for you to process. Betrayal can leave deep emotional scars and shake the foundation of trust in a relationship. After a narcissistic or toxic relationship, a lot of times it's not the person that we grieve. It's the wasted years, wasted money, hopeless expectations, and false promises that we grieve. Is this how you feel, Divine Feminine? The moment you put a stop to people taking advantage of you and disrespecting you is when they define you as difficult, selfish, or crazy. Manipulators hate boundaries. This was your ex, Divine Feminine. You feel that honesty, communication, and respect are crucial elements in any relationship. DF, your worth is not defined by someone else's choices or actions. You deserve to be with someone who respects and values you for who you are. You use this experience with him as an opportunity to learn more about yourself, your needs, and your boundaries in future relationships. You are choosing peace, self-love, healing, and pure love every single day, dear. You prioritize your own well-being and happiness now. You felt undervalued and taken for granted by your ex. You reassessed the dynamic between you two and realized that it wasn't healthy for you to invest your time and energy into this man any longer. More messages from Spirit today. You dodged a bullet, Divine Feminine. Count yourself lucky. He met someone who was just like him in so many ways. I set things up this way. He fell for the trap and invested in her, the karmic. He is such a fool. If you had have done half of the things that he did, DF, he never would have tolerated it at all. Discovering that he had been dishonest and unfaithful was incredibly painful and challenging for you. The betrayal left you with feelings of sadness, confusion, and an overall loss of trust in general. You are a jack of all trades, DF. You can basically do anything by yourself. You are extremely independent. He was verbally abusive. He could not control his emotions. Once he got worked up and in a state, he could be aggressive. Sometimes you feel like no one will ever do the right thing by you and treat you right, Divine Feminine. He hates the way that you are pretending like he doesn't exist anymore. It makes him extremely upset and frustrated. He lied to you about his whereabouts at times when he disappeared for the night and said that he was with his friends. You are no longer worried about the betrayals of your past. You have turned over a new leaf. You have embarked on a new journey. All the stuff that the karmic has put up with, you would never ever tolerate. Because he is such a materialistic person, Spirit, I have punished him monetarily. His lack of money now is his karma for mishandling an empress, and that is you. DF, you deserve a life filled with love, happiness, and fulfillment. This ex just couldn't give that to you. You are an empath, Divine Feminine. Empaths are highly attuned to the emotions and needs of others, often to the point of putting others' needs ahead of their own. Empaths are compassionate, sensitive individuals who may be drawn to helping and healing others. He didn't protect you and stand up for you the way that he should have, especially when it came to the karmic and his toxic friends. He knows that the pain he caused you catapulted you into transforming into a more spiritual person. More messages from Spirit today. You were too much of the light for him because you are a light worker. Your soul was too clean and pure, and I didn't want it to be tampered with. Hence, I removed him from your life. The karmic is on the very same level of toxicity as him. They bring out the worst in one another. Your soulmate, your new one, is close now. He will heal, repair, upgrade, restore, uplift, and bring out the best in you, Divine Feminine. Rather than getting revenge, focus on healing and forgiveness. It will bring you greater peace and closure. Forgiveness doesn't mean excusing or forgetting what happened. Rather, it's about releasing the negative emotions that hold you back from moving forward with your life. When you are in a relationship with a narcissist, there is always a whole secret life going on behind your back. He expected you to jump through hoops to be with him. He used all sorts of games and tactics on you. They didn't work though. They have worked for him with past people, but not you, Divine Feminine. He doesn't know how he can get your forgiveness, but he feels as though he really needs it now. His conscience is really getting to him. It was difficult for you to come to terms with the realization that he wasn't the person you thought he was. You had to grieve the loss of the relationship and the future that you had envisioned with him. Your ex is having sexual dreams about you, Divine Feminine. He chose a Jezebel spirit. This term refers to a manipulative, controlling, and seductive influence in one's life. This was the karmic. He is in devil energy now, whereas you are in angel energy, Divine Feminine. Staying in a relationship just because you love someone is not worth it. Love is not all you need. Respect is what you need. Time is what you need. Reassurance is what you need. Happiness is what you need. A best friend is what you need. An apology without changed behavior is just manipulation, Divine Feminine. You think you can just ignore the negative people, but their negative energies can eat away your positive energies without you even realizing it. So don't just ignore, stay away, delete, and block. What else would Spirit like to say to you today, Divine Feminine? You are feeling more confident than ever now, Divine Feminine. He seemed to get off on causing you pain. You feel like you have trust issues with men in general now after what he did to you. Make sure you get out each day and get some sunlight. You need your vitamin D because a lack of it in your body causes depression. You ran into my arms when you ran away from your ex. I saved you and protected you from then onwards. You did love him, but you couldn't deal with him making wrong decisions all the time. He wanted you to feel jealous and insecure. Your narcissistic ex was out there partying with karmics whilst you were in hermit mode, healing, ascending, growing, and building a close bond with me. A narcissist will turn your family and your friends against you. He always has a sneaky link because he hates to be on his own. I am just warning you that your ex is about to text or ring you. He wants to come back in and ride on your blessings, Divine Feminine. Did you go from being adored to being devalued in the blink of an eye by your ex? You are attracting everything that is for your highest good. New opportunities, new energy, a new mindset, and new connections. He was actually insecure as he thought that you had more going for you than he did. He tried to humble you by putting you down. The karmic is possessive, hateful, controlling, and doesn't take care of her kids properly, and she doesn't even clean her house. You have to watch those people that bounce back from everything that was meant to destroy them. Those people are God's people, and they are not to be played with. This is you, Divine Feminine. This is a definition of a narcissist. Never admits to being wrong, avoids emotions and accountability, rages if anybody challenges them, childish when they don't get their way, instills doubts in their victims, stonewalls during conflicts, smears and slanders you, in denial and gaslights you, subjects you to the silent treatment. Does this sound familiar, dear? Was this your ex? What else would Spirit like to say today? He was threatened and intimidated by your light, your wisdom, and your special, unique spiritual gifts. He had control issues and expected you to be subservient to him. He was leading a double life, dear. I separated you and your ex. I had to. He wasn't willing to give you an equal give and take. He was both greedy and selfish. You were his rock, divine feminine. The amount of support, love, time, and energy that you put into him was incredible. He is not coping well with your absence. Trust me. Never give him enough power over you to bring back the triggered, unhealed version of you when you have worked so hard to become better than that. Keep up those strong boundaries with your ex. He is not who he claims to be. He is both fake and dangerous. You were sent into his life to heal him, help him, and bring him closer to God. He didn't want to change or accept your help though, so there is nothing else that you could have done. You did your best in a difficult situation. A real man will be honest no matter how painful the truth is. A coward hides behind lies and deceit. He sees you as a woman who has just experienced a huge transformation. As a result of this, he doesn't know how to approach you, what to say, what to do, or how to feel. You are not the same person anymore. What else would Spirit like to say to you, Divine Feminine? You are mature enough to now comprehend that some people are simply brought into your life to teach you lessons. You learned the lesson and then you moved on with your head held high. Currently, your ex is in despair, crying, feeling rejected, and having an ego death. He did it all to himself though. He did choose the karmic over his divine counterpart after all. He never thought that you would discover what him and the karmic were doing to you behind the scenes. I am the one who showed you this so that you would run far away from him and completely detach from him, dear. You were disgusted when you discovered that he had a sex addiction. You didn't want your health to be put at risk from his sexcapades. He doesn't even have a preference. He will sleep with anyone, regardless of gender or age. Your divine inheritance is on its way, Divine Feminine. The cruel, heartless person that you saw at the end was the person that they really were all along. He can't help but wonder how his life could have been had he made the right decision and aligned with you and stayed on the divine path. Now he is on a karmic path and has lost all divinity in my eyes. You are now grateful in a way for for the pain that your ex has caused you because of a number of reasons. It brought you closer to me. It led you in your life purpose. It taught you a lesson about self-love. It taught you exactly what you don't want next time around and what sort of man you want in the future. It leveled you up and now you are on a glow up. You were strong enough to alchemize the pain and turn it into power and ascend spiritually. You are now an empress as a result of this experience. You are also a high priestess, a light worker, and a starseed. Letting go of a bad relationship is important because it is the only way to move on. You need to let go to find closure. It helps you regain your power. He is upset because he cannot manipulate you whilst he is out in the streets behaving like a player. Write a list of 5 to 10 things you are grateful for every day. It conditions your brain to think more positively over time. He knows that the karma that he is receiving is the result of the bad way in which he treated you, Divine Feminine. DF, this quote applies to you regarding him. I was your cure, but you were my disease. I was saving you, but you were killing me. Don't feel guilty about removing toxic people from your life. It's one thing if a person owns up to their behavior and makes an effort to change. But if a person disregards your feelings, ignores your boundaries, and continues to treat you in a harmful way, they need to go. This was your ex. He is currently in a mental prison because he knows that he still loves you. However, he knows that he could never meet your high standards now. What else would Spirit like to say to you today, Divine Feminine? Divine Feminine, you have been doing gardening, reading, and pursuing various other hobbies. When you begin to worry, go find something else to do. Get busy being a blessing to someone. Do something fruitful. Talking about your problem or sitting alone does no good. It serves only to make you miserable. Remember that worrying is totally useless. It will not solve our problems. He was fake to outsiders, however you knew the real him. He figured that if he got you to come down to his level, then he wouldn't have to ascend to your level. Healing from narcissistic abuse requires patience, compassion, and a willingness to face your pain. But it also opens up the possibility for significant growth and transformation. You are open to change, Divine Feminine, however your ex never was. Forgive those who insult you, attack you, belittle you, or take you for granted. But more than this, forgive yourself for allowing them to hurt you. The karmic in him thought that bringing you down and bullying you would make them feel better about themselves. You have surrendered to the universe, Divine Feminine. You really love your pets. Your cats or dogs are like therapy for you. Once the heart gets too heavy with pain, people don't cry. They just turn completely silent. This is what you did, Divine Feminine. It has taken commitment from you to transform your dreams into a reality. There have been tough moments when you were ready to throw in the towel. You were frustrated at times and wanted to quit. When it got rough or you hit a roadblock, you forged ahead and kept going. Despite the blood, sweat, and tears, you didn't give up on yourself. Congratulations. You should join a book club and visit your local library. Reading is such a great escape, Divine Feminine. Sometimes you want to treat people how they treat you, but you can't because that is not your character. You should have a weekend in and binge some good shows, Divine Feminine. The best thing about the worst time of your life is that you get to see the true colours of everyone around you. You had to call back your power. That was the first step of this journey with me. What else would Spirit like to say to you today? People always think that the most painful thing in life is losing the one you value. The truth is, the most painful thing is losing yourself in the process of valuing someone too much and forgetting that you are special too. He felt like you needed to be humbled because you thought that you were better than him, Divine Feminine. That is just what he thought. The grass wasn't greener on the other side. Everything that glitters isn't gold, and you don't know what you have until it's gone. These are the 3 lessons that he has now learned. This new love coming in for you will exceed your expectations, Divine Feminine. It wasn't until after he chose the karmic that I revealed to him who you truly were. That's when the remorse and regret set in for him. Your ex has an ego that is through the roof. He feels that any woman that gets him is extremely fortunate. You originally thought that he was your safe place. The karmic is always discussing you and bitching about you to him, Divine Feminine. I'm sure that you could not care less at this stage. Your ex is constantly pulling on your energy so that your true divine counterpart has difficulty coming into your energetic field. He is basically hogging your energetic field. He is claiming you energetically because you are not with him in the physical anymore. His family, his friends, and the karmic all came in between your connection. You are now choosing happiness over suffering. You are in a happy, positive place right now in your body, mind, and soul, Divine Feminine. At one stage, you were struggling so much with the heartbreak that you questioned if you would ever be able to recover from it. It took you closing out this cycle with him for him to see both your value and your worth. He is your toxic ex divine counterpart who fell off the divine path and betrayed you for a karmic. Now he is on a karmic path. I have severed this divine contract between you both now. You now have a fresh, clean slate. He wants to clear his conscience now and come back to apologize and explain why he did what he did. He is strategizing different ways that he can come back into your life once again. You are a boss now. I am very pleased with your progress and the way in which you have leveled up, Divine Feminine. The more your life improves, the worse your ex's life gets. He convinced you that he wanted something serious with you. However, I witnessed him making loads of empty promises to you. He wasn't genuine at all. He is in the bad books with me. I found you and specifically picked you out as a gift for him. Instead of valuing you, treasuring you, and spoiling you, he abandoned you and chose someone else over you. You had to go completely silent on him in order to protect yourself because you discovered that he is a narcissist. Your ex failed this spiritual contract. Don't worry about a thing, Divine Feminine. I am aware that he did the wrong thing by you. He is being replaced and you will receive your blessing of true love from me. Now I'll get some songs for you that reflect exactly how Spirit would like you to feel currently, dear. You may want to look these up online. Girls Just Want to Have Fun by Cyndi Lauper. I'm Every Woman by Shaka Khan. Man, I Feel Like a Woman by Shania Twain. Survivor by Destiny's Child. Know Your Worth by Khalid. Fight Song by Rachel Platten. Hero by Mariah Carey. Life Goes On by Ed Sheeran. Better Off by Jeremy Zucker. Wonder Woman by Lion Babe. Miss Independent by Neo. Best Thing I Never Had by Beyonce. Pretty Girl Rock by Kerry Hilson. Love Myself by Hailey Steinfeld. Rich Girl by Gwen Stefani. And the last one is Dancing Queen by ABBA. I hope you enjoyed this and found this interesting. If you did, please don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel. Bye!